What's up, guys? In this video I've got some crazy news for you that you probably already know if you watch the news, because you 100% for sure watch the news more than I do, because I hate the news. So here it is, Miami-Dade County. They are back on lockdown, kind of, sort of. They ordered restaurants and stuff to close, but I read an article and it said that, what did it say? It said that like they're only closing the beaches for the weekend or something, for like 4th of July. This was 5 days ago. I don't know why it popped up on my feed now. Anyway, doesn't it just piss you off, really? Doesn't this just, like, this coronavirus shit, doesn't it just make you so angry? Like, nobody has any fucking balls at all. Nobody has any balls. The only person who has balls, who has, like, a little bit of balls, is fucking Trump. He's, like, the only one. But even him, he's not, like, you know, he's not standing up for it. Nobody's got any fucking balls, man, to just come out and say this whole thing is fucking bullshit. Somebody sent me a video. I was going to do like a full video on it. Maybe I'll put a link in the description if I remember. But like, it said that the United States is close to herd immunity, right? Herd immunity happens when you have a 50% recovery rate, something like that. And the recovery rate for the US is at 44%, right? You know, if you believe all the numbers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're at 44%, recovery rate is like 50%, full recovery rate. So like, we're pretty much there. What are the odds, like, everything's gonna get much worse? Probably nothing. Now, here's what's, okay, and in this video, basically what they said is that the reason this is still going is because the mainstream media is really pushing hard to like shove bad news down our throat to keep the lockdown going, because it'll be good for Biden in an election year, right? Even though, like, I've said this a million times, Biden has zero chance of winning. Like, you know, God forbid, like, something happens to Mr. Donald, right? I wouldn't wish anything bad on anybody, right? But like, if something bad happens to him, fucking Biden's still not going to win. Homie is never going to win in a million years. The dude is as, like, he probably, who has a better chance of winning than Biden? Literally anybody, really. Like Al Gore, back when Al Gore ran, had a better chance of winning. Fucking, who was the other guy? John Kerry? Like, who? Literally who? Would have a better chance of winning. Fucking Romney, fucking Mr. Plastic himself, better chance of winning. Bob Dole, better chance of winning. Biden would never win in a million years. The whole country can be in shambles. Biden's never going to win. The guy's not charismatic at all. He has no fucking idea what he's doing. Who was the other one? George Bush. Remember when George Bush was the president for 8 years? That's crazy. Like, how did that guy win? Really? Straight up. I mean, I guess, okay, to be fair, I guess if George Bush can win, Biden can win, right? Like, you know, kind of on even footing there. But George Bush was at least cool, right? Bush was at least like, he was like a cool guy, you know? What did they always say about Bush? Like, I would have a beer with that guy, you know? You're not gonna have a fucking beer with Biden, man. He's a fucking creepy weirdo. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, the mainstream media is shoving this information down our throats. Anybody who works for CNN, anybody who works for any of these mainstream media companies is an evil person. They're actually an evil person intentionally spreading. You can't say they're spreading misinformation. They're just spreading very specific information without painting the entire picture, at least in the headline, right? They focus on, and in this video that I'll hopefully remember to link to, they mentioned that the mainstream media is only focusing on new cases, right? They're not focusing on deaths, they're not focusing on anything else. It's like new cases, and occasionally some like random celebrity will die, or some like random fucking 40-year-old will actually die. And that's it, right? But all they're doing is just new cases, new cases, new cases. Now, the problem that the media doesn't understand, because the media is a very, as a whole, they only think about tomorrow, right? You can kind of see this, and this, I believe, will ultimately be their downfall, because they don't plan ahead, right? They only plan for today or for tomorrow's headlines. Because if you think about it, okay, there's a bunch of new cases, but big fucking deal. What is that? That doesn't mean shit. That nobody's gonna, like, okay, there's a bunch of new cases. They're only setting themselves up to be proven that, okay, there's all these new cases and nobody's dying from it, right? Now, if you look at it, there's like 500,000 deaths in the world from COVID-19, and 130,000 are in the United States. Doesn't that seem a little bit suspect? Like, it's a pretty healthy country. Okay, yeah, everybody's fat and obese and like whatever, but still, there's more. What about India? The coronavirus didn't get to India, you know, like 1 billion people in India, they all live in the fucking garbage heap landfills, and like coronavirus isn't killing them somehow, but nobody's talking about that, right? What about China? Oh, well, they're hiding the news in China. Motherfucker, there's plenty of fucking news in China. There's plenty of Westerners in China. You know, there's a VPN that you can use in China. There's plenty of shit that you can do in China to get the fucking information out of China. There's plenty of stuff that you can do. And what are the odds we don't hear any of it? And all we hear is that, oh my God, it's so bad in America. Everybody's dying in America. Hashtag blame Trump, Hashtag fucking, what was the 4th of July one? That now people are saying 4th of July is racist. God, people are so stupid. Anyway, here's the point, is that it's starting to get ridiculous, right? It's really starting to get ridiculous to the point where at my job, right, I'm hearing, and it's possible that people who go to Vegas, during the pandemic are, like the people who go there are disproportionately, like, do not believe the coronavirus, because like if you actually believe that there was a pandemic, you probably wouldn't go on vacation to Vegas, right? So it's possible that like the sample of people that I'm talking to in my random job like are those people who don't actually give a shit. But I saw a statistic the other day that said that Vegas traffic, as judged by AAA, the automotive auto club company, actual traffic is only down 15% for the summer compared to last year, or compared to like the average of normal years. So that's not a lot, right? You would think it would be way less. Now, part of that, of course, is, I would argue, is because Vegas is pretty much one of the only, if not the only, tourist destination that is open in the United States. So if people want to get away, they pretty much have to come to Vegas, because like Florida doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. New York, I don't think anybody's ever going to go to New York for the next fucking 10 years. It's a fucking shithole over there. And pretty much most places in California are kind of the same. And Hawaii's also shut down because they're fucking stupid and don't know any better either. So it's pretty much Vegas, because nobody fucking cares in Vegas. And there are so many, you have a disproportionate amount of extremely wealthy people that make their money from tourism and wealthy corporations crammed into Las Vegas, that you have a lot of pressure on the local government to keep things running here. You have casinos, you have hotels, you have all these fucking businesses that employ these locals, you have malls, you have fucking restaurants, you have bars, you have like shows, you have literally all of this stuff in a geographical area that does not contain a relatively large amount of people, right? So like, I would argue that Las Vegas is like the last domino to fall, right? You could even consider Las Vegas, I mean, you can't really say Las Vegas is like a barometer for what's going to happen in the country, because now the cities in the United States are fucking so wildly different and so, what's the word, not encapsulated, insulated, right? New York is in their own little bubble, like the fucking mayor of New York is de Blasio. This guy's fucking retarded. Like he literally does everything wrong. Like if you said, okay, let's go to like Bizarro World for a second, and the mayor is going to be the worst mayor in the world and do literally everything wrong to ruin arguably one of the best cities in the history of the United States, or in the history of the world, fucking New York City. Are you kidding me, man? Like, have you ever been there? Do you know what that city looks like? That shit did not pop up overnight. Like, go to Manhattan. Buildings there are gigantic. The vibe, the hustle vibe over there is incredible. So many people, everybody's doing shit, but now it's getting completely trashed. Then you bring back Giuliani, man, fucking clean that shit up a little bit. And LA is pretty bad too. There's protests all the time. Downtown LA has always kind of been a shithole, but like now it's returning to its shithole-ism. It's like original shithole-ness. And like, who honestly really cares about the rest of the United States? Like, I guess Miami, like I said in this video, but like, who even goes there, really? It's like a tourist destination for fucking Brazilians and, Venezuelan people, or Venezuela doesn't have any money, Colombians. Anyway, the point of this, here's the point, is that the United States, the mainstream media is focusing almost exclusively on the amount of new coronavirus cases, right? So why are they setting themselves up to get fucking proven to be absolute fucking scumbag cocksuckers? Because eventually we're going to see, by the sheer numbers of what's happening, that it's either a complete lie that like everybody's dying and getting sick in the United States and it's not happening anywhere else, or the amount of cases that we have far exceeds the amounts of deaths. My phone's almost out of batteries. Anyway, it was Jordan Peterson who said that you can't fool the internet. I mean, other people said it too, but I remember hearing it in an interview of his after he did an interview with some British woman who was like really trying to pin him down on something that he said, like trying to make him like look like an alt-right fucking Nazi agitator, where if you know anything about Jordan Peterson, if you actually have like read his books or watched any videos of his, you know that he's not like that at all. He's actually like a genuine person who wants to help people and just does not pander to the left by saying like, oh, we won't criticize anybody for anything. Everybody's viewpoint is valid. Even if you're a fucking degenerate loser, you're still valid. You still have a valid viewpoint. He's like, no, you got to fucking man up and handle your shit. So anyway, this person was trying to like pin him on, you know, being a Nazi or something. And he fucking totally put her in her place on the spot. And it's a famous like video clip, like look it up. I don't remember this woman's name, but like I watched it and I was like, holy shit, man, this bitch just got fucking clowned like hardcore. And she didn't even know what to say, right? And he did it in such a cool, such a smooth way. The clip went viral, and that was literally what boosted his book to be like #1 on Amazon. Anyway, the point is that he said afterwards, talking about that interview, he said, you can't fool the internet. You know, shit like that will get out and people will be exposed. Might take a little bit of time, but when you have the entire world looking at something, it's going to be obvious what is actually happening, right? You cannot fool everyone. You really cannot, right? Which is why, like, now that we have the internet, you have all of these critical viewpoints of things that normally would not have been questioned when you did not have the internet. Another reason why social media is pretty much poisoned right now, because now the people who used to control or only control the media, now they've gotten like, they're starting to invest in controlling social media as well. So it's kind of a problem. Anyway, that's basically it, right? Like, what's the point? The mainstream media is focusing on new cases, but eventually they're going to be outed as being lying little bitches, because it doesn't matter how many new cases there are. And this is something that I've talked about with some of my customers over the past couple of days, where we're like, yeah, okay, they focus on the cases, but it doesn't matter fucking how many cases there are, because nobody's dying from it, and it's completely irrelevant, right? But the media doesn't want you to focus on that. They show you the graphs with the numbers that go up like this, and you know, oh, we didn't flatten the curve, and Europe flattened their curve, oh no, what are we gonna do? But that's it. Aside from a couple graphs and some fucking talking heads on the news, and this fucking cocksucker Fauci, fuck Fauci, bro, there, I fucking said it, fuck Fauci. The guy needs to fucking get removed from the public eye like stat. Aside from that, and Bill Gates, fuck Microsoft, bro, I'm gonna fucking go buy a Mac right now just to fucking fuck Bill Gates, man. Aside from like a couple people like that, like everybody knows that this is fucking bullshit. Everybody who actually looks at it and knows, you know, anything about health, or has a fucking brain in their head at all, and is not immediately influenced by like other people saying things, and is patient enough to actually take a critical look, they realize it in a second. It's obvious, you know? So anyway, here's the point. Fuck the mainstream media. They're a bunch of cocksuckers. Fuck Biden. Fuck de Blasio. Fuck... who's this guy? Suarez in Miami. They're all, I've like reached my limit of being politically correct, right? Like, these guys are fucking evil people. They're assholes. They only care about themselves. They only care about getting reelected. And they're either too stupid or too much of a fucking little bitch, little pussy ass bitches, to fucking stand up and examine what's actually going on and make a tough decision that will get them jumped on by the mainstream media, but will actually be the correct decision as defined by the truth. And will make them actually a fucking hero of a lot of people who unfortunately do not have the reach that the mainstream media does in their extended like guerrilla social marketing reach. Cool, that is my video for right now. My phone is overheating. I'm running out of batteries, but tell me, what do you think about that? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.